What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome back to another Wellington Phoenix episode. Now, before we get any further, I do just want to apologise for not having a video that came out yesterday. That was Monday. Basically, Monday, I spent most of my day finishing off my FUT Champions. So, if you want to see a funny video, do make sure you go and check out my Facebook page because my girlfriend and my flatmate actually took one of me when I was playing game number 40. And I will have results of how that went later on during the week. But before we do go and get any further now into this episode, do remember to hit that like button. Let's aim for 15 likes on this video. And if you are new, please do press that subscribe button. When I checked this morning, I believe we were just 2, 3, or 4 subscribers off 8,000, so that will be a huge achievement. But now that we've done all that, let's get into the Phoenix discussion. And there is a lot to talk about. We are now in the transfer window. This is the first game of the transfer window, playing up against the Jets, as we can see at home. And we'll be looking to go and carry on, obviously, our good form. But there has been a few, I wouldn't say issues, but there's been a few problems that have arisen around the club. So we lost our last game just before New Year's against Brisbane. That, however, does still see us top of the table heading into the New Year. So it's not the end of the world. It's not a terrible thing, but I think Melbourne City are actually creeping down our neck when it comes to points on the table. Another problem that we have is the guy who just played the ball there, Louis Fenton, has actually refused to go into contract negotiations with us and basically got an email from the board of directors, I think just before, basically saying that you know, his agent has said that he doesn't want to be part of the club anymore and to not bother about trying to sign him to a new contract, which is a real shame. Such a good player for us, probably one of our better younger players, 68 overall, definitely our best right back because Tratt just doesn't quite have it yet. Obviously still young, but only 59 overall, so we don't really want to be playing him there. Otherwise, you know, if we did have a decent replacement right back, Fenton, he wouldn't be playing. If he thinks he's bigger than the team, he will not be in the side. But we do want to keep going on this good run, this good streak that we've been on so far. And Alex Rodriguez goes and hits one from distance, boys. And that puts the Knicks up 1-0. Not too sure what their keeper was doing. That was quite poor goalkeeping, you would say, and Alex Rodriguez picks up his second goal of this Hyundai A-League season. So what a start for the Phoenix. You couldn't ask for much more than that at home. But yeah, the Fenton saga, it is a real issue. So that is now something I'm going to look to address in this transfer window. It probably is one of my biggest I guess fixer-uppers that we are going to have to try and do is to get ourselves a decent right back. Definitely wasn't on the cards. I thought that, you know, Fenton will be at the club for a very long time, but not the case. Hopefully he may go and change his tune and may look at going and signing an extension at some time in the near future. I think he's still got a wee while left to run on his contract anyway, so we'll probably try and use him as much as we can, and that does happen, I guess, you know, in modern football. Players who do want to leave the clubs but have been tied down. I don't want to say that Fenton's deal was a long-term deal, but I think he's still got 1 year to 2 years left to run on there. So there is still plenty of time, obviously, on that contract. Plenty of time for him, hopefully, to try and change his mind, potentially. But at the end of the day, if he doesn't, I am going to be looking for some cover in this transfer window anyway. And the transfer window for us has been eventful, I'd have to say, to start things off. We got from FC Metz, we got a transfer offer for Guy Finkler, which we obviously turned down. He is getting on in age, but the offer that they gave us was only just over the market value, so I thought, really, there is no point in doing that. May as well use him at the club with the experience that he does have, and obviously he is still a very good player. He scored a couple of goals for us. I think last time around, scored a double coming back from injury, so still a very crucial player to the side, even though he is starting to get on in age, but you know, there are plenty of other options that we can go and slot into that cam role. And as he does get older and playing less games, he is still going to be influential to the club. You know, you've got to have those experienced guys, even if they're not around playing too many games. And you see it, you know, a fair bit in European clubs, not so much in A-League clubs. But, you know, you think of someone you know, like Steven Gerrard towards the end of his Liverpool career. You think of John Terry, who I believe is still playing for Chelsea. I think he may have even signed a contract extension, to be completely honest. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think he may have signed a new one-year deal to keep him as a player at the club for another year. And he's one of those guys that, you know, he's not going to play every week. He's going to probably play 1 out of every 3. But just to have a figure like that in the dressing room and on the training ground, he can obviously pass on his knowledge and his experience to the younger, not only just defenders, but the younger players in the squad that are coming up and coming through. We head into halftime. Surprisingly, we actually have the possession stat because basically over the past 4 days, I've really struggled to maintain over 50% possession, and that is hugely down to Foot Champions, and it actually has been a little bit difficult to record this video today, just because I'm a bit over FIFA. You know, when you play 40 games in a weekend, you play 40 games in the space, you know, of 2.5 days. It does take it out of you, and it does make it less enjoyable. As I said, there is a funny video that is up on my Facebook page, so make sure you go and check that out if you haven't already. But it was a really fun experience. The first time, obviously, making Foot Champions for me, and definitely will look at doing it again in the future, because we have got automatic qualification, just to give a little bit away there, but we managed to snag automatic qualification for this coming weekend. But we've talked about that. There is a signing. Obviously, we did talk about transfers. Guy Finkler. We did also get one for Barbarossa as well. We got 2 for him. One from Werder Bremen, and another one I didn't quite catch who it was from, because basically after that first one I said that basically we're not interested in selling Barbarossa. He is too much of a key figure in this club, and will continue to be for many years yet to come. So he might be another guy I'm looking to tie down to a long-term contract, because as I said, just such a crucial player. You know, can play obviously as a winger, but can also play up front with a second striker as well. So hopefully we can go and hang on to him, and hopefully we can sign him down to a new long-term contract. Speaking of contracts, well, there are a few that have declined. Went around the, I guess, you know, standard contracts that were expiring. They've got about 5 months left to go. Offered everyone a new deal. Obviously not everyone happy, Louis Fenton included, because he basically just flat out refused. A few of the younger guys, I don't think I offered them enough money and they weren't happy about that, so they are currently just looking at their other options where they can go. But in a bit of good news, we have signed a new goalkeeper, and it is a young, very good goalkeeper, a player by the name, I believe it is Max Crombine, I think. Plays over in England at the moment. I don't think he's played for the All Whites, but only 23 years of age, so very, very young. And in goalkeeper terms anyway, 23 is very young, considering, you know, some of them play into their mid-30s, possibly even their late 30s, early 40s we have seen. So very good signing there. Obviously a backup to Glenn Moss, who himself is getting on, obviously 33, 34 years of age now, so he doesn't have too much longer left. You know, again, in the squad, possibly will be there for a wee while, but as a starting goalkeeper, potentially not. Depends how Max goes when he does come in. But apart from that, there are a few players, few New Zealand and Australian players that I am looking to bring back. Well, not bring back to the league, but bring to the league. So we'll have more about that next episode when we are getting towards the back end, or just past the end of the transfer window. Might even try and include a little bit of deadline day into the next recording, just for something, as I said, a little bit different, that, you know, you guys can see what does happen on my transfer deadline day, which normally is not much, and that's a poor bit of defending. And we have seen the Jets get back here, get the equaliser with 10 minutes left to go. I believe that's Daniel Mullen who slots one in, but just playing it around the edge of the box, finally getting through. Mullen picks up his first goal of this Hyundai A-League. So 1-1 we head in here, and ideally that's not what we want. That would not be good. That would be, I'm just trying to think what I'm trying to say here. Without a win in 2, and only 1 point from the last 2, so definitely could be better. Just give me the free kick, ref. Barbarossa, you beauty. There we go. So we get back into the lead. Great advantage play by the referee. Don't know why I wanted the free kick because he has gone and just slotted that one in top corner. He is close to the leading goal scorer in the league at the moment. 6 goals. I believe he is just one behind someone from Sydney now. But you'd have to hope that that is going to be the winner. And that is a great, great finish. As I said, that is why we do not get rid of Costa Barbarossa. So crucial to the side, just with his pace, his speed, his crossing, and his clinical finishing, which we have just seen there. Obviously, a great hit up into the top corner, and we just need to go and try and hold out this late push from the Jets if we are to secure all 3 points. But it's not going to be easy. The Jets, they are playing well, and we do just need to be careful. We need to keep going and, as I said, trying to play the best that we can. Keep it down the Jets' end, and that is exactly what we'll be looking to do as we head into injury time. This win, again, is going to keep us top of the table. I think we must be close to halfway through the season now. So that is very, very promising. Hopefully we can keep up this stretch and make it into the playoffs in one of those top 2 positions. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Do hope you have enjoyed it. This is your King of Career Mode, Cliffy, signing out.